The thieves reportedly used a tricycle to transport the boxes to their padlock cutters.
Stick around, make a sound, there's more Dumb People Town.
Guys, you should never have to compromise on comfort. Helix has mattresses with cooling technology that helps regulate your body temperature, whatever the season. By supporting Helix, you're allowing them to support us and our show. Go purchase your Helix and thank us later for your best night's sleep, Jay. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/DPT. Use the code HelixPartner20. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Huge thank you to our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the most fun that we've had, winning up to 25 times our money this football season. And now you can play during basketball too. You just need to select 2 or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and place your entry. Go to prizepicks.com/DPT and use the code DPT for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/DPT. Use the code DPT for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population Zucker. Zack Zucker, the Jack Tucker of comedy.
It is a pleasure to be here.
Jack Tucker Zucker. The Jack Tucker of Zack Zuckers, the Zack Zucker of Jack Tuckers. How are you, buddy?
Stamptown.
I'm doing great. I'm very happy to be here. It's been my dream.
It's going to get so dumb.
Dude, I love your energy. I'm just going to start by saying this. You are probably, to many of our listeners, whatnot, this will be an introduction of you
I was
to them.
Say absolutely an unknown.
But you are, for our fans and listening.
We have great comedy fans.
We have great comedy fans who may know. But for fans who don't know, this is a dude who we were lucky enough to meet several times through the
Moon Tower Comedy
Festival,
Comedy World,
and heard about before. We heard about your show Stamptown, and it is insane in the best ways that insane can be hilarious and funny. We're such fans of yours, and I'm so happy we made this happen and that you're here.
Oh man, yeah, we've been trying to get this in for about a year now because we basically only saw each other once a year in Austin.
Right. Yeah. No.
And then we texted each other throughout the year being like, can we make it work? And
loud talking over music and after party.
No,
we'll do it.
I promise, man.
We'll make it.
I'll get there. It's in my calendar right now. 2 days later, I can't do that.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Turns out I'm actually going to be in Saudi Arabia.
And then I'm in New York, but then I'll be there for 5 hours.
That window closed. We'll find another window.
Do you know, I think I told you guys this the first time when I met you guys, but do you know that I used to intern at the UCB Theater, and when you guys, on Saturday nights, and in 2012 and 2013, and I used to work when you guys did the Sklar Brothers shows.
Oh.
And
you were a Saturday night? I was a Tuesday night.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that like before Bangarang was doing Tuesdays?
It was 2011, 2012. I did it for 14 months because remember back then they just didn't keep track.
No, you just let you go. I feel like we definitely crossed paths.
For sure, that's when we met.
Dude, I love it.
Yeah, that was Tuesday nights. We met then too.
We met then too.
Yeah, because it was comedy, Death Ray Comedy Bang Bang.
Yes.
And then Douglas Movies was before.
Yeah.
And then Diamond Lion was afterwards.
Look at you guys now.
Come on.
I love you both. 2 titans of the industry. And here's the deal. The world is getting dumber. I don't know if you've experienced this in your world. You play some of the dumbest characters ever.
What do you mean?
And what are you saying? But like Jack Tucker is the dumbest but smartest but dumbest person ever, and I feel like the
quickest dumb person I've ever
mine
seen.
A lot of comedy from his stupidity, and the fact that audiences love it and laugh, understand that the world's getting dumber. This is what happens. Our fans send us stories. Mm-hmm. We still are on. You can send them on X or Twitter or whatever the hell you call it.
I think I might try and find something new.
Okay.
Because we'll have everything up to where it goes, and maybe some will trickle in, but maybe we'll start trying a new platform.
We'll see what we can do.
I thought you were going to start calling X something new, and I was like, oh, what are you going to call it?
I'm going to call it Truth Social.
I'll play around with the Threads feature.
Let's
search
that just
feature.
bombed really quickly, right? Like, no, I think for a day,
nobody's been there in a month.
I after the day, I was like, get this shit off my profile.
Yeah.
Get it out of here.
No. Threads is like after your parents go in the home, where you're like, we'll see them all the time.
No.
Then you're like, I think it's been about 8 weeks.
Yeah, it's been.
I've checked in on Threads.
I hope they're doing well.
Should we call? I think it's.
You know what?
Fine.
Threads is happy there.
It's fine.
Threads is happy.
I see someone
there.
else with another number of it. I'm sure they're having.
I just found out I had 2 followers over the last few days. It's fine.
Instagram.
We don't need to
see
go
really quick. This is dumb, and then we'll jump straight into your story.
Okay.
This is dumb. Did you guys notice Instagram did a thing where it showed you what number person you were that had signed up for Threads?
Yeah,
No.
And then I go, get rid of this. And it goes, if you get rid of this, you'll never be able to bring it back. And I was like, we're on the same page.
Yeah. And then I kept trying to delete it, and then it would show up, and I'm like, yo, get out of here, man.
Please.
I don't need to know that I'm 7 million.
I already kicked you out of this party. You're not allowed to come back through the window.
And it's just a guy with a number.
And then I got a notification the other day from Instagram. It's like, you have 148 new Threads followers. And I was like,
okay, Brad.
We're not going anywhere. No following's happening.
Well, Dan, they want to follow you.
Thank you. But maybe we'll try it.
Send the stories
It'd
on
be
Threads.
fun if we just populate. Like, Threads was on the ropes until dumb
the
news
Sklar
stories.
brothers and Daniel Van Kirk brought it back.
Okay,
All right.
hit it.
So here's a story sent in from by Derek Shipley at Derek Shipley. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks,
Sent in a
DS.
lot of stories.
Thanks, DS.
I'll go with the headline first, as we customarily do.
Yeah.
And yes, there is an animal. This is a pre-headline thing.
Pre-trigger.
We don't like to talk about animals getting hurt, but this is a deer, which is kind of
We
like.
are back to where I used to do all three,
Okay.
and now we each bring one.
So an
And
animal went down,
We
but it's a
label them
deer.
story 1, 2, and 3, like when we put them in the doc.
Okay.
So I don't even know. All I know is
All
it
right,
was
let me
story
just
1.
do it. Let me do it. All right.
York deer shoot. If it better be like deer shoots
man.
hunter.
I'm
York
fine with that.
County Police arrest nude man. This might be you.
It's probably me.
After school bus stolen with dead deer inside. So I don't know if he killed the deer.
No, this is my. I'm gonna predict.
Dan, I can't wait to hear
He picked it up on the side of the road.
the deer and
Had sex with it in the bus.
Why would you make
I
it
don't know.
worse,
I'm wondering.
Jason?
Bus. He had sex with it in
If
the
you
butt,
went
too.
to that far,
Yeah, he said.
they'd
he
be like,
said
"Where'd
in the
Daniel
butt,
in the
not
butt,
in the
in the
bus.
butt, not in the bus.
Not
Like
in the
on the
bus.
bus, in the bus.
Yes.
yeah,
You
yeah.
too.
Where's the weirdest place you've made whoopee? In the bus.
in the
In the bus.
No,
in the
he
bus.
was like
in the butt.
probably either so out of. He's like, "You good?" And it's dead on the side of a 3-day dead deer, and he's just like, "You good? Come on, buddy!" Like he's in his own nom. So he's like, "I'm not leaving you."
Over the shoulder carries.
Come on, come on.
We got this. Also naked.
Yeah.
He's naked and he stole a bus.
This is Adams County, Pennsylvania. I'm sure.
Oh,
we've all
okay.
been there.
I thought when
I like
York,
the-
I thought it was
Not
a
New
British
York.
man.
No. Oh, not in England.
York,
Yeah.
Yorkshire.
I like that they blamed somebody for this county. This is Adams County.
Could be Amish. It's Pennsylvania.
That's right.
A man was arrested in York County after 2 chases with law enforcement in York.
Second
and
one's on
Adams
them, right?
counties.
Yeah.
One of which police said involved a stolen school bus with a dead deer inside. Pennsylvania State Police in Adams County said
PSP.
early Tuesday morning, troopers stopped a vehicle with a Florida plate.
I mean, this is Florida disseminating their
Do you
stupidity.
think in other
out.
states they're like Florida plate? If they touch that yellow line,
Yes.
Let's get them
Light
out.
'em.
Yeah.
Let's
Light
search
'em
them
up.
just in case.
just why?
can't.
Why? Because I swear to God, this happened to me. I just on tour. I don't know where this is dropped. There's more Rose Gold dates. We'll do that shit later. But I was on tour. And I saw 2 Florida plates in a row. And I was on the phone with a family member of mine, and I go, I saw 2 goddamn Florida plates in a row. I'm in Ohio. What are they doing up here?
Dude,
and they did not seem to
something
be
crazy.
together.
Right.
Yes. And I'm like, what are 2 Florida plates doing up here?
Well, something
at
wrong.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Here's
on
what
the
I think
Ohio
is
good,
good.
It's not
it
good.
is.
No,
I
it's
think
not
they're
good.
one's gonna see the other plate and they're not together, and he's gonna try and drive up next to that person,
Yeah.
and that person's gonna think that they're racing, and immediately they're now
100%.
gonna continue to race.
If
They
2
race,
Florida
crash,
plates,
blow up.
if 2
Yeah,
Florida plates interact outside of that state, it becomes a Highlander situation.
Okay, also,
there can only be one of us.
Hear me out. Classic Zack Zucker pun mode.
let's hear it.
What is a Florida plate? Like a plate. What would you imagine a Florida plate to be?
Okay, a Florida plate is definitely like a mound of meth.
Uncooked hot dogs.
Yeah.
Meth,
Hot dogs.
uncooked hot dogs.
Oh, I was going to say Chinese food with hot dogs in it.
Some like Disneyland food as well.
Yeah.
$40 water
Egg
bottles.
foo old.
And it's a decorative
They
plate.
saw Florida plate, decorative plate on Lincoln Way East as part of a burglary investigation from the day before. State police say troopers interviewed the driver, Tony Saunders, during the stop and
Saunders.
say that he claimed he was coming home from work.
Oh yeah, he was.
You know,
He's coming from work.
I'm just coming from work. I'm
in Tampa.
Yeah.
driving home.
You better be a semi then.
Kind of got off at the wrong exit.
Yeah.
Saw a deer and it kind of kept going.
Hey, man,
Hey,
where are you coming from?
Work.
Wherever she'll let me.
Yeah. The old ball and chain.
You talking a dead deer in the back of the... All right. During the stop, state police said the
wear your
troopers
pants.
learned of a theft at Rutter's convenience store in York County. According to state
Rutter's?
police, Saunders had items from Rutter's in the vehicle and say he claimed to have gotten them at a junkyard.
And the vehicle is a bus, or this is the first chase.
This is the first
It's a
chase.
vehicle.
Yeah.
So those giant bags of Fritos in the back of the car,
Junkyard.
that's from a junkyard.
Yeah.
Those are
I get
junkyard
most
Fritos.
of
Junk food, junkyard.
Junk
Where
food,
else-
junk-
That's where they come
Thank
from.
you.
Junkyard.
Have the three of you, any of you, ever done a junkyard?
No.
Where you go to the junkyard. I had to.
And you get to work the
I had to get a
magnet?
new hood for my Pontiac Grand Am.
No way.
And yes, and I didn't have the money to do this, and I needed a new hood. Mine was damaged, and so I went and found one. I mean, the heyday of Grand Amps. They were like Legos. They were just all the same.
Right. You
And
can
so
just
I went,
take one from the junkyard
Yes.
and put it on.
I
So,
went
and
to the
how, what
junkyard
was the
and-
conversation with the guy who worked at the junkyard?
You gotta haggle.
How
minutes
out
in.
of-
What will you do on the hood on that Grand Am? Because there was like 4 colors, and I just found one that
how
matched.
out of breath was he when he stood up?
Oh my god, it was and pants never fit.
Wheezing.
He's overweight, way
Suspenders?
overweight.
Suspenders or
No,
Yes.
no suspenders.
Both.
Just down.
Suspenders,
Just
belt.
a lot of pulling and a collar that's too loose.
Yeah.
I love a guy who pulls his pants up. That's one
whole
of my
time.
favorite. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
always
Yeah.
just.
They say I'm going to get my son back.
Oh, no, not this time.
Good
Not
news.
this time. No,
Good
no.
news.
I was when I was just in Tucson this last week. Or I was driving from Phoenix to Tucson, two of my favorite cities.
Oh, yeah?
Do you know that there's
careful.
like an airplane junkyard in the middle of it, and they just have all these old planes, and they used to do like art exhibitions there. And
Great.
Yeah, I would love to go and hang out there, and I don't know if
That'd
you
be wild.
buy them, but
So
There's one in the Mojave Desert right near here called the Boneyard. We've been in it. We stood on the wings of the plane when we shot stuff for the
that's
United
cool.
States of
Yeah,
America
that's
TV
right,
show.
yeah.
We were
Oh,
out
man.
standing in these planes and like
that was really cool.
That
Those
was
things are
really
neat.
awesome,
That's
yeah.
a junkyard.
all right.
Okay,
Look,
so
this
he
guy
says,
was-
I got this
Yeah.
stuff at the junkyard.
Troopers also saw a dog in the back of the vehicle and a dead deer in the trunk.
got them at the junkyard.
Dead deer in the trunk.
And a dog.
In the back of the car.
The
Dog's in the
Here's the
back.
great
Dog's
thing,
alive.
though.
Dog's alive.
Okay.
This is the great thing. The dog is just going for a ride.
Dog's
Yeah.
having
The
fun.
dog is having
The faster
great
you
time.
go, the more wind.
The dog's
The dog's like, this is fucking great.
Wanna go for a
There's a
ride?
deer in the trunk, bro.
There's a dead deer. You want to go for a ride?
And the more that guy's running from Rutter's to the car when he steals shit, the more the dog is excited. Like, this is a game.
Yeah.
He's running.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
in fast.
This is fun. So he said, as the troopers tried to open the car door, state police say Saunders drove off.
Yeah.
Always a great move.
Classic.
Always
Cops
great
are
move.
like, we need to get in there.
They're not gonna
start
get him.
driving.
If I know my buddy, that's what he does.
That's right.
He's consistent.
Troopers followed the car to Hanover Street, and they say it drove through a chain link fence.
Okay.
Always wanted to do that. That's
That's
80s.
so
That's
dis-
80s action movie.
Right.
Oh,
right?
God.
But it won't explode the way you want it to. It'll
No,
just
no.
kind of like wrap around your car.
Yeah,
and
pops
kinda
your
like,
tires,
Right.
fucks your hood up. Yeah.
Troopers say the car then continued through tree lines and got stuck on train tracks. They saw Sanders run into a heavily wooded area behind a vacant Cross Keys motel.
Where's the dog? Where is the dog?
Dog's back at the car being like, what are you guys up to?
I know, but sitting on train tracks? Come on, you got to get
Dog's
that
just
dog out of there.
That dog's out.
I'm a good
dog's
boy.
out.
We did it. Like, that's just a dog's mentality.
So later Tuesday morning, around what time? What time do you think?
10:30 in the morning.
What time? Wait, sorry. This was.
This is later on Tuesday morning when they were notified that a school bus was
I feel like it's mid-morning. 10
Say 10
So you're saying after the kids were dropped off at school?
Well, that's what he said.
I'll say 9:15.
I'm gonna
Could be
say
3 a.m.
8:45, and I think on some level I would love it if he had to make all the stops. So he's running from the police, and he's like, "Get in!"
Kids,
Opens the
let's
door.
go.
Let's
It'd
go.
be great if he
out,
got
get
stuck
on
in
the corner.
a drop-off line.
Yeah.
And the cops are stuck in the drop-off line, too.
And there's
like,
no way to
"Come
get
on,
to him."
man.
If the stop sign comes off the bus, then they have to wait.
Right. They
can't.
cannot cut. They cannot cut.
From
in
either
front.
Every
side.
day I drop my daughter off at school. Every single day. There is no day that goes by that I don't utter, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Move up. Move. Do not drop them off right here."
Okay, a really dumb question. High schools don't have parking lots for students.
No.
They do.
Mine
Some
did.
do?
Yeah.
Mine
But
did.
in LA?
Yes.
But if they
My
don't,
kids-
and
my
you're
kids' school
16 and you
does
drive yourself to school, you just have to find parking like
On the
any
street.
other
Dude, you got to pay
commuter?
the meters.
No way, Ray.
Yeah.
There's a
You gotta pay
parking
the
lot.
meters.
There's a parking lot at their
There
school.
isn't.
You're wrong.
I'm telling
isn't.
you,
There's
you're
a
wrong.
You know how many
one for
cars that would
staff.
be for students?
There's like a multi-level thing at my son's high school.
Well, that's I
Okay,
mean,
that's-
his high school's dope.
Yeah,
but that's also
epic.
you get in the valley.
Yeah, you're in
you're
the
on
valley.
the other side.
Where'd you go to high school? Or did you grow up in New York or no?
I grew up in. I'm from New York, but I grew up in suburb Chicago, so I went to Highland Park High School.
Oh, no.
You're
You went to
you're
Highland
HP?
Park?
I'm HPHS, baby.
Oh,
I'm a giant.
I'm from Rochelle, Illinois, out
Let's
past DeKalb,
go.
south of Rockford.
Yeah, my mom's
We had a
from
lot of
Homewood.
friends
Yeah.
from Highland Park.
Yeah,
A lot.
I was Buffalo Grove into Highland Park.
nice.
Dude.
Yeah.
Off Arlington, dude.
Yeah.
Did you ever go into Highwood and see what was going on in that
Please,
joint?
I played Highwood. I played basketball and baseball in Highwood.
of course you
baseball in
did.
Waukegan. You know,
Of course you
everywhere.
did. Of course you did.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Chicago suburbs. Talking about the Chicagoland area and all
Let's
the jewels
talk about
you
more
can find
suburbs there.
Now the 355 extension has come in.
What about the Dan Ryan?
Well, Dan Ryan, don't get on that.
Don't even.
all the way to I-90 to the
You
airport.
guys going down to Winnetka? Down to Winnetka.
Yeah, if I start in Kenosha.
That's right.
All right,
Some,
take it.
Portillo's or
What
something.
happens now? Oh my God.
Portillo's is the best.
Portillo's in the corner.
Come on, you got to.
So
Are
I
you ready
just,
for the time?
Not to, what time is it? I don't want to.
You said 10:15. You said
I said 8:45.
You said
9:15.
9:15.
At 7:10 a.m.
So he's
So
got
we're
probably the bus needed to do a job.
And
Right,
then
this guy
saying
took
this-
it.
And the kids, weren't getting to school that day.
We've been saying this since we started doing this show together. That is not in the morning. This is an all
From
night
the
deal.
night
Yeah,
before.
this is an
Whatever
extension.
time it is for him, this is the end of the night, not the beginning.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he's not
yeah.
slept.
Can you
No.
He's not
imagine
had
that?
breakfast.
No. You let your
been at
kids
the
out at the
junkyard.
bus stop, and you're like, "Well, he's coming. He's coming."
He's just been hurling through the woods until
Yeah.
he finds a bus.
If that really was a junkyard, that better be Chopper in the car with
That's
him.
right.
The dog from Stamptown.
Oh my God! All right, so Carroll Township Police were notified the school bus reported stolen. So it probably was stolen even
Oh, it is a
before
bus.
that.
The whole thing's a bus. The whole time this has been a bus.
No, he was in a
car
He was in a
car,
car.
deer in the trunk.
Deer,
left
dead
it on
deer
the
in the
dead
trunk.
deer in the thing, but car,
Stuck
dog
on
in the
the
back seat,
train
left on the
tracks.
train tracks, ran through the woods, stole a thing.
So
no kids. This is preschool hours.
yeah, maybe. I
Preschool,
mean, that's
elementary school. We don't know.
Yeah.
we don't know. All right, so school reported from Abbottstown has been spotted in the Dillsburg area. I just love all the names
I
of
want
these areas.
that.
Dillsburg.
I want to move to Dillsburg.
Yeah,
Deals with it.
Yeah, Dills.
Wasn't Dillsburg canceled? Yeah, Dillsburg got really right
that's
wing.
Dilbert.
That got
Dillsburg.
really right wing.
Dillsburg. We're sweet too.
I love it.
Dillsburg, we relish our
You
residents.
son of a bitch.
That's so bad.
right. High school's got to be the Spears, right?
Dillsburg. If you hit a Dillsburg, you're in quite a pickle.
Thank you.
Dillsburg, we're right on. You'll love us on the side. All right. Officers say they found the bus in a shopping center parking lot and tried to stop it. They say the bus left the lot. This guy will not be stopped.
No.
He cannot be stopped.
Might not be a school bus. Could be a charter bus.
Could be onto Route 15 North, winding in and out.
Now
of
we're at
traffic.
speed. This is speed.
Now
In
you're
and out of
like,
traffic.
this is
yes.
it.
He's like, I can't.
If I
stop
don't
this truck.
stop, if I stop,
we all
everybody
die.
dies.
The bomb goes
Yeah,
up. Police
And he
say-
might be sort of Dennis Hopper-y, depending on the era.
You never know. Police say the bus left the highway and drove over a berm. Do we know what that is?
Hold on. This is a type.
Berm.
This is a land thing. Like I want to say like an elevated area of land.
To allow irrigation to go on
Oh
both
my God, I
sides.
feel so
I don't
bad.
know.
Aaron's
Whatever you told
yelling
me, I
at
would
us.
believe that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a berm.
Yeah, dude. Of course.
So you're confirming it.
Yeah.
Unequivocally,
Are you-
you're
oh,
telling
hang on,
us that
are you-
he's right.
you saying
I would
you're
run
con-
on this platform.
Thank you.
You're
Of a berm.
confirming
We're
the
just
ber-
going to hold you to this forever.
He's
All right.
confirming the berm.
Yeah,
That's all
I
I'm
confirmed
saying.
the berm. That should have been Bernie's campaign.
Confirm-
Feel the berm.
Feel
What is the berm?
Confirm the berm.
you again, what is a berm?
I mean, 10% of Carroll Township Police say the driver ran into a wooded area again.
Let's go.
Another wooded
It's
area.
his move.
He's training for a triathlon.
That's his move.
Yeah.
It's like I drive for 20 miles, I run for 5 miles into the woods, and then I drive.
Cream has a hook shot. He runs into the woods.
That's right.
Bernadette Peters style.
He was later found running through local parking lots. He is training for something.
By the way, multiple parking lots.
Yeah.
So not
Lots.
just one.
Yeah.
He's
Is it-
running through.
I mean,
He's there. He's-
Maybe it's like a multi-layer, like the high school. You know.
Yeah,
Either
he's
that
running
or
through a
he's
parking.
just-
It didn't say a parking structure.
just said multiple lots.
Yep,
He
he's
said
going
multiple
through
lots.
Trader Joe's.
There he
which
is,
parking
over
lot?
there in Whole Foods.
He's at
Yeah.
Zales.
Oh no, he's in sales.
What lots?
Sears.
All of them.
Every lot. The police say the man stripped his clothing as he fled.
Oh, cool. He was closed up until this point.
Yeah.
So now the clothes are off.
They won't recognize him.
What was David Tell's great old joke?
Oh,
if you
narrow
see
that
a
down.
man
Oh.
running naked,
down the street, run with him.
You run with that man.
Because whatever he's running from is
just
that's
penis
good.
flapping in the breeze.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No reason.
run with him.
Run
Because
with
whatever
him.
he's running from is some scary shit.
Yeah.
All right. Police say Sanders admitted to taking the bus earlier in the day after crashing the BMW. It was a BMW.
Okay.
man.
Little
And
rich
claimed
king.
the
Okay.
dead. This is what he claimed. This is where it goes to Dumb People Town. Claimed the dead deer was for garden fertilizer.
What?
Is that true?
Can
we
you
get
do that?
confirmation on that, Dan?
I mean, you, all those organs and all that stuff. I mean,
Yeah, if you're living in a berm,
fertilizer.
sure. you
I
know.
mean, look.
What kind of
If you're
what
living in a
kind of-
berm,
Depends
yeah,
on what kind of berm
agriculture.
you're trying to make.
Yeah. You said the organs, exactly.
Can we all pitch a show called Berm Notice?
Berm notice.
Yeah.
Berm
We just
Notice.
go around the country asking people if they know what a berm
Hey,
is.
do you know what this is?
Berm
No,
notice.
turns out they
You're on
do.
notice.
You're on notice.
Police, here we go, say Sanders, he admitted to taking the thing. They say Sanders faces charges in Adams County of fleeing and attempting to elude officers, evading arrest or detention on foot, recklessly endangering another person, trespass by motor vehicle, and other traffic offenses.
So why? So it goes
And
back
other-
to why would you drive off when the cops are there? Something is clearly like the dead deer in the trunk that he's claiming is for, but it's just a deer. Like,
Well, it's a fertilizer.
I guess
it's fertilizer for
it's
the
for his
berm.
garden.
All right. According to court records, Saunders also is facing charges in York County for fleeing, receiving stolen property, resisting arrest, and reckless driving.
Oh no, he's mad about the rudders stuff. In the
Yeah.
he's kind of trying
I
to
took
protect
that
the
from a
rudders.
rudders.
Meanwhile, some guy at a junkyard is like, I gave him that shit.
I gave it to him.
No,
Like, that's
seriously.
the only
I
part that's
stole it.
true.
Dude, I had
That's
so
the only
many-
part that's true.
I had so many bags of Fritos, I didn't know what to do.
I
In
gave the
Rudder's
racks
bag.
too.
Yeah.
I gave him the racks.
Yeah.
I didn't need those.
I had this deer. He said he was trying to make a garden.
And
said
a
he was gonna
Pontiac
take it off my
Grand
hands.
Am hood he was looking for.
Court records have listed Saunders, we'll get out of here, as living in both Steelton and, I'm going to ask you, you may not know, but these guys may know, a town in Florida that we have a huge affiliation with.
Port St. Lucie.
You got it, Dan.
Oh wow!
Boom,
Got it.
baby.
I was going to say
Florida.
Burgleville.
Boom!
No, you're
Port
gonna
St.
say
Lucie
Steeltown and Burgleville.
is, I'm going to say it, fucked up.
Yes.
Port St. Lucie.
Have you been, Dan? Did you
no,
go?
but
Okay.
I have to at this point.
At this point,
Port
we gotta
St.
go.
Lucie has come up so many times on the show.
There's
and I'm not
so
talking
much
like
crime
6
that
or
happens.
7. I'm talking over the span of
knew you'd love it.
years.
Like 40 times.
100, at least 100 times.
And so
At
you
least
guys, so the
100.
connection is not that you guys have been there. It's that it's always that's where
here.
shit's going
Port
down.
St.
Shit, we get so many stories from Port St.
And a
Lucie.
lot of them were
incredible.
Greenleaf.
Greenleaf, 'cause he was on the beat.
Always
Anyway.
fucking with Port St. Lucie.
Randy's got the next one. That's
Wait,
got the
we don't know how old that dude is?
We don't know how old.
Do we know what happened to him?
Oh, okay.
We don't know what
Don't
happened.
worry
We
about
don't
it.
know how old.
We don't
I'm-
got to do it every time.
No,
That was
I was-
wild and dumb as hell.
It's a wild and dumb story. I mean, if you're naked and running and you had a deer in your car.
Meanwhile, I hope that dog found a forever home.
Yeah. That dog, I hope that dog's running through the woods of its own heart.
The dog is
know
just so
right now
happy.
he is either living with one of those cops,
Yes.
or a train conductor who needed a friend.
or, you know.
So, yeah, or
Yeah,
Deer?
no, yeah.
Yeah, he and the deer.
Yeah,
made it?
yeah. Him and the deer went to heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Went to summer camp.
Dude,
And
that
meanwhile-
dog is frolicking.
12 years from now, the cop is tucking in his kid to sleep, and the kid's like, "Tell us how we got Rusty again."
It's like I always said.
There was
There's
a naked man
running down
with
the
a dead
street.
deer.
And then you go into the living room and there's just a dead deer in the thing, and it's like that's Rusty.
Also, I feel like maybe like, you know,
funny.
people wouldn't run from the cops if we could rebrand them. So like maybe instead of like eluding cops, what if there was like a lewd cop?
Yeah,
It was like a cop in some
yeah.
like dumpy underwear,
Yes.
short shoulder, maybe a little bit of ankle.
That Reno 911 scene where they teach him how to dance.
Yeah.
Is it the man or woman who's like proving he's sober?
It's my favorite thing.
It's the great
kickball chain,
Yes,
pot of
yes,
beret,
that's
pot of
it. Yes,
beret.
that's what it is.
And it's like she's like, man, did you take dance?
He's like, "No, I'm just drunk."
drunk.
Let's do story
That's
two.
the best.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We come back. We'll find out. I guess we'll find out what Dan's doing.
No, you guys.
Oh, us.
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
We'll find out
Jade
what we're
did the
doing
story.
and where you can see Zach Zucker. It's the Sklar brothers and Danny Van Kirk. It's Dumb People Town. We'll be right back. Boom. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I don't know where you went in the meantime, but we're happy that you're back. We should let people know what's going on with us. I think this is going to drop relatively soon, and in doing so,
Yes.
we can tell you. We're going to be in Springfield, Missouri at the Blue Room. I've never done that room before. Very excited. But the thing we really want you guys to come to is we're doing our two-man show in New York at Ars Nova, Theater 511. Very excited. And probably a little under half sold right now, and we just want to sell it out. Let's get
What's the date on it?
It's November 12th. It's Sunday night. It's part of the New York Comedy Festival.
Nice.
Sunday, November 12th, 7 p.m.
Two-man show called Identical Dads. It's stories. It's the one main story
So we're
that you
dropping
follow
this next
through.
week.
Yeah, I think so.
Great.
So-
that'll help my plugs later on.
There you go. So it's one story and about our lives, about how we were potentially mixed up when we were 6 weeks old, and it follows that throughout.
And then
our
how
lives.
we tried to figure out our own identities through our own
very
experience
funny.
as kids
Very
and then
charming.
parents, and what it means to be.
I love
a kid
this
and a
show.
parent.
We've been rehearsing it a ton. We did it over the summer here at Dynasty Typewriter.
it.
We
and
basically
loved
unintentionally make the case for why you should have kids by telling you for an hour and 20 minutes how shitty it is to have kids.
it. Yeah, it's a good time.
What would you guys be? How would you feel if you found out you were? Is it that you were maybe mixed up?
Yeah, so we go into that
Don't
whole
say.
thing.
I don't want to
Don't
tell you,
tell us.
but we actually find out.
Spoiler alert! Turns out they're two hot twins.
Turns out we're
Yes!
we're
We become the
Turns out we're the Lucas brothers. No.
You guys have fully switched.
Yeah, we
Are
completely-
the Sklar
That's
brothers?
We
on
don't
the
even know.
12th.
So that's on November 12th. It's a Sunday night, 7 p.m. at Ars Nova at Theater 511. We'll post all that stuff up. We would love to see you guys out that. And then go to supersclaws.com because we're
December, we're 1st and 2nd. We're in Cleveland at Hilarities, which we all love. And then we're going to be in Portland at Helium for a night, beginning of January, and then
in
Seattle,
the Crocodile
back at the end of January, beginning of February in
Nice.
Denver. And we're just got a bunch
tons of dates coming up.
Let's go,
Supersclaws.com.
boys.
Check that out. Zach, I know you've got a Stamptown on November 13th. which
Here
is
in
next
LA.
time,
Yes.
Here in LA.
Yeah, we've got some stuff that I think will probably be missed in New York in the first 2 weeks, or the first weekend of November. I've got Stamptown on the 5th. Jack Tucker, my solo show. I'm doing my off-Broadway dues, so you can come watch me, Jack, off-Broadway.
Jack Off Broadway.
Jack Off Broadway.
Jack Off Broadway.
And then I'm
Yay.
going back to Australia. I'm doing a show on November 17th in Sydney, a show November 30th in Melbourne, and then I kind of take the rest of the year off until next year where we do some runs in LA and London, and then I do this longer 5 to 8 week run of Jack Tucker in New York at the Soho Playhouse, and I am Soho happy to do it.
I love it.
Yeah, I start on it's gonna be a great time. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's so funny, so good.
But you
so
know,
good.
who
sound
cares?
effects, everything.
Like
Sounds like it's a good
unbelievable for people who don't know. I mean, this is like a ridiculous kind of
hilarious stand-up.
Borscht Belty stand-up comedian.
Super physical, crazy fun, amazing sound effects worked into the show. It's almost like a duo act
Yeah.
with the
Oh, yeah.
sound effects.
Fully. I
Which
mean,
is
so
the time from a duo act, a double act that relies on timing. The timing you have with the sound cues in the show is just go
So
see
I
it. For
highly
that.
recommend that you guys check this out when it comes near. Where can people follow you and know when all this stuff is coming up?
I'm usually posting it always on my Instagram or on the website stamptowncomedy.com. Instagram is just Zack_Zucker. And then I've, if you ever want to just come find me in real life, I've been taking a lot of dance classes all over Los
Dude,
Angeles.
I love the dance videos
Just
that you
follow
post.
him to see the dance
yeah,
videos.
look, I'll
So
shake it. I'll do
cool.
whatever it takes.
Kickball chain, dude.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna kickball chain.
Pot of beret. Pot of beret. No, he's an amazing dancer. And again, just as far as physical comedy goes, just some of the best. I mean, like, I would argue it's so interesting because we're sitting here in like three kind of very different but connected types of comedy. This is why we all get along.
Yeah.
Very physical. You're so in your body all the time you do the stuff you do. Dan is such a good character person and a phenomenal storyteller. And this is a two-man comedy thing. It's like three very different types.
But it's
yet
all
we
just
can all be
playful. We
together.
all just play the same
Yeah.
way. I mean,
There's a
we have the
joy
same
to it all.
jokes, same
There's a
sense of
joy
humor.
to it all.
Right.
I love it.
We go for the big laugh and the
Four big bit hounds right here.
That's right.
The biggest
Huge.
bitches in
I
the
love
world.
a bit. I love a life bit. I don't give a shit if no one
hound.
ever sees it.
Me
Life
neither.
bits.
Look, I'm the funniest when no one sees it.
Come on, man. That's what I'll tell people. I'll tell my family too. I'm like, that one's just for you.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is just for us.
Sometimes you're just Zack at the Ellen show. Sometimes you're just Zack at the Ellen.
Galifianakis at the
Galifianakis
I
at the
know.
Ellen.
I know.
I could watch
Karen
that.
helped set that up. It's the best.
dumbest thing
Before
ever.
you jump in, Rand, a berm. Any last guesses?
That's when you do that cool thing to your hair.
Yeah, that's
curl it.
close.
Curl it. Yeah, you berm it up.
It sounds good, and then you're going to be like, oh, you just fancy named something we all know. A flat
mound.
strip of land, raised bank, or terrace bordering a river or canal. So my raised thing was right. Or the second thing, a path of grass strip beside a road.
Oh.
So just the grassy median.
Yeah, great.
And so that's where he
Fucking Burr.
In context again.
Call it the median.
Yeah.
God damn you. Don't make us look shit up. All right.
Shut up.
You guys ready for this one? This one is sent in by Joe G. This may be a new person sending
Joey
it.
G. It's Joey G. You got
Joey G.
You got a problem with me sending stuff into you? I had a chicken parmesan. Let me tell you something about the chicken parmesan.
Do you know there's an old video of Randy and I from where, Dan, you've seen it, from our bar, when we were at someone's bar mitzvah.
Oh my
God. And we're 13 years old.
Were you guys of bar mitzvah age?
Yeah, yes,
okay.
we were 13.
This
We
is
put it
like
on our
from
Instagram.
84. It's
We'll
on our
show it to
Instagram.
you after.
We'll show it to you.
You should post it once a year.
We should post it every
During bar mitzvah season.
So
Yeah.
I'm cracked. We're in three-piece suits, and it's like we're little mafia dudes. I'm like, it's a wonderful facility.
What are you wearing? You look good over here.
I said, I'm like, I'm the better half of that. I'm like, you'll get it someday, Ange.
They look like they're in the St. Louis mall.
You'll get it someday.
It's a nice facility. It'd be a shame if something happened to this facility.
Incredible.
Dude, we'll
Did
show
you guys always? Were you guys always bitting around? And
We were
making-
doing bits, and we were like fucking
totally
whores for the camera in a way that
we
is
were
just
totally
You
wanted
guys
to-
ate that whole
Randy almost
scene.
choked a kid. Just to
That
get
was
the
funny
microphone.
too. There was
Just to
some
get-
weird
to get to the
aggression, but you
camera.
tell you were friends.
Get Danny Winograd away from that.
Get him
thing.
out of there. I got to talk about the facility.
Before we hop in, may I ask a question that I feel like I get asked a lot, and I'm always curious because I've never asked other people. They always say, did you always know you were going to be a performer, or did you kind of fall into it? So from personal experience, I played sports, but then when I look back, I'm like, oh, I was like doing my eye black and always wearing my wristbands, and I had all this stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm like clearly like early seeds of being bisexual was like, oh yeah, I'm like literally doing makeup and doing full drag to go play baseball right now, you know?
I
Yeah, I
mean,
think
like, I love
we were all predisposed, and then you just get funneled into how that what you're supposed to do.
So we
hopefully.
didn't know what was possible, and I guess coming from the Midwest and coming from St. Louis, we're like, we didn't understand what could be, but we just understood this is our superpower amongst people, is being able to gather a group of people and make them laugh. Whatever that meant, there was no like, oh, then we're going to go into stand-up comedy, or we have an Uncle Jeff who did this.
I think we also were very cognizant of, like, even at a young age, like, we don't want to be known as just the twins.
Yeah.
We were like, we want to be so silly and funny and like
That's awesome.
have a running gag with so many people.
So that was like how we met our best friends. We were like, if you can hang in this bit, then you're in. You're in. If you can hang with this, then you are in what we're doing.
Also, just remembering that you guys are from St. Louis, my buddy, who's an amazing musician, this guy Lucas Tamron, he's the lead singer and the frontman of this band called Thumpasaurus. He's from St. Louis.
Oh, no way.
And we were chatting, and maybe you guys are the people to do this with. We've been wanting to write a movie for years about a guy who his dream is to fly a plane through the arch, and his grandfather died doing it. His father died
so
doing it,
funny.
so he has to avenge them, and his wife's like begging him not to do it, but he's like, I have to do this.
So I think it should be two brothers. who
Yeah.
try
Oh,
to
I bet
it,
you do.
And they should be called the Wrong Brothers, not the Right Brothers.
That's so funny.
I mean,
And they're called RONG.
We're writing this.
yeah,
We're writing this movie.
I'm dead
The Wrong
serious.
Brothers?
I would
It is
100% do
interesting.
that.
Nobody's
first
ever
flight.
pranked the arch.
Right.
People have pranked the Hollywood
So
sign.
I told this
Hollyweed.
story about how so we're up in the top of the arch,
Must
and
be
we're
nice.
looking down. Must you say must be?
Must
Yeah.
be nice.
Also,
I
no,
won't write
Dan
up there.
came with
Don't-
us. and
we
tried-
just told
We
this
tried to
recently.
get him up into the arch, and he got into
Sat
the
in the
elevator.
elevator,
which is a
small
tiny
of a
little
pod. I'm not
egg.
going up there.
And
He's
he's
like,
like,
I'm not
I know
going.
my limitations. And
Limits. He said my limits.
If it was
Is
an
there no-
elevator, I would do it. I don't like. I get
Is there no
claustrophobic.
stairs in the arch?
No, you wouldn't want to walk up the
There
stairs.
has to be.
You just
something.
fall
So we're-
all the way down.
So we're up high, and I'm looking down. There's snow on the ground because it's the winter, and someone had walked out the
yeah.
message, Jesus is number one.
Oh, and Queen, isn't that the truth?
Right? I mean, go girl.
We're not going to argue with that.
As Jews, we're like, we got to do something here. And as comedians, we're like, let's do something funny. So I walked out in the snow. Yvonne Day is number 11. Yvonne De Jesus, who was a utility
Played on the Cubs, also
and
played on the
for the
Phillies.
I know.
And he was number 11.
So then
What
for the
are the
rest of the
dorks?
day, people went up in the arch and looked
just
down and were
looked
like,
at
Yvonne De Jesus is number 11.
That's weird.
And your commitment to stamping
So
that out.
life
That's
bits.
incredible.
This is what we did when
That's
we
what
were
it's,
young.
I mean, that's what it's
how
all
we do.
about. That's what
Right,
it's
hit
all
it,
about.
right.
Okay, Joey G at Joe
Joey
G 1028. It's amazing. All right, you ready for this?
His birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Joey. Happy
that's right.
birthday, you
Happy
cocksucker.
birthday, you
motherfucker.
son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. You come to my house, I'll smack you across the face, give you a little meatball
Called
for your
Joey
birthday.
1028 because he always cared about his birthday.
You dumb. You stupid meatball.
Hey, yeah,
And
as the
his
pan. Hey, it's almost my birthday time.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, that's what he says as the
2
pan.
weeks.
So, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
And Joe, what about you? Yeah, 6 months from now, it's going to be that day.
See, why does your pocket smell like prosciutto? I got 3 weeks to my half.
Joey 1028.
3 to my head.
The longest nickname.
I'm 2 days before, 2 weeks after my
half
quarter
birthday.
birthday.
I remember like it was just yesterday. It was about 5 days before, 5 weeks before my 30th, 40th, 5th birthday.
We will start this story.
No,
Rand.
maybe we won't.
I know.
So, guys, do you guys like comedy? What's your
I
deal?
love it.
What's your inspiration?
Let's talk about light bits. Sneaker Thieves.
Ooh.
Sneaker Thieves.
Okay.
One of my favorite bands, the Sneaker Thieves. Sneaker Thieves steal, and we're going to get into how much, a large amount of money worth of only right-footed sneakers.
Because they're idiots. So this is the thing that, like, sneakerhead stores will do. The only one that's out there
Is the right
is
one.
the right or
Exactly,
the left.
so
Usually
that
the right. Yeah.
We don't know
dummies-
if it's right or wrong. We don't know this.
Hey, it could be
You know what I'm
wrong,
saying?
could be
Hey,
right.
So they just
saying?
stole all of that. This is a two-part gig they
Yeah,
got.
just dummies. A group of thieves
If we steal all
reportedly
the rights,
stole.
they're gonna have to put the lefts back out.
I know.
to sell the shoes.
So then you, so
Yeah,
they're like,
then
we
we
got to
come
get
back.
them.
Yeah.
We'll come back and hit them
Yeah.
again.
Okay.
All right, a group of thieves reportedly stole more than how many sneakers from a shoe store in central Peru? You know how you like, hey, where are you going for those sneakers? Down at A-Life, down in the Lower East Side of
Cool
Manhattan?
Kicks. Cool
We're gonna
Kicks
go to
over on
Central
Melrose.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love Cool Kicks.
Cool Kicks is great.
Honestly,
You know Cool Kicks
I
on
love Cool
Melrose?
Kicks
It's a
on
great
Melrose.
place.
Right
It's
across
great.
from Fresh Kicks, right across the street.
It's not. It's
that
not
really
as
is
good
what
as.
Fairfax is like.
It is now. It's
No,
all
it is.
that.
I go with my son because
Yeah.
he loves their
Oh, yeah,
shit
you
all
gotta
the
Cool
time.
Kicks, Fresh Kicks, then it's like Hot Shoes, Epic Town.
Cool Kicks is amazing.
Look, I go there.
Nobody
go
likes
there.
me right next to
Yeah.
Leave Me Alone.
I've seen you guys. I saw y'all with all the shoes.
These
over
are
the
Cool
years.
Kicks. But no, you go to Cool Kicks. No, we're going down to Machu Picchu's. Where's that, on Fairfax?
No,
it's in
Central
Peru.
Peru.
But really,
Yeah.
let's think about this. What would be the benefit to
Taking
stealing all rights?
It's the most.
Then you get to find out what's left.
Thank you.
Zack Zucker, he's
Venga.
Jack off Broadway over here.
I guess
All
if
right.
they're big enough, it doesn't matter. If you have that Eugene Levy condition from Best
Where
in
both
Show.
are the,
Born with two left feet.
I'm literally.
Or do you think they're stealing them and then telling them if you want them back so you can sell the things?
Like
Well,
holding
the
right
store just
shoes
say
for
that to them,
ransom?
too?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you.
How do you
the product-
value? The value zero on shoes that are all right feet.
he's all right.
Imagine if they split them. It's like, well, if the shoes, $250, and you split it down the middle, it's like, well, one shoe's
125.
Yeah, I was like, I almost went
I don't even know how you
175,
do
and I was like,
The
I
only thing
didn't
that
go
would
to
make
college.
this okay is if for some reason it was like, it's in this area of the world, like people don't have shoes, so you're like, hey, this is better than
It is
nothing.
what it is.
one.
But then it's like, did they steal or did they
They
eat?
unknowingly made off with only right foot sneakers. The theft apparently took place on Sunday, April 3rd, according to the Diario Correo,
Nice.
a national newspaper that covers Peruvian and world events.
Yeah.
Security cameras reportedly show 3 people breaking into the shoe store, which is located on Huancayo, the capital city of Junín region, at around what time? What time did the security
Did
cameras
they break
show?
in on a Sunday?
Oh, the security cams
Yeah.
are showing it.
What do you think?
It's on the day of
Apparently-
Jesus.
Day of our Lord.
It's got to be late at night.
Okay, what do you think?
11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m.
Dan, I disagree with you. They're all at Iglesia.
Yeah.
They're all at church, and I'm going to say it's taking place at 9 a.m.
I'm gonna go. Also, same deal. I think I'm gonna say 7 a.m.
Get your answers in, townies, because this thing took place at 3:30 a.m. He's the closest.
dude, you're
right
in the
here.
ballpark. That's smart.
Gracias,
Smart.
Jesucristo.
That's right.
See, see.
And the trio carried out 3 large boxes that were filled with about how many shoes? How many right shoes?
And
3
so they're a
boxes.
box, so they don't even know.
But I mean, I'm assuming these are big boxes, not just boxes.
189.
189? Very good. I was right off the bat. What do you think?
Just
I'll go. I'll go 300.
300. What do you think?
78.
Get your answers in, townies, because they came out with 3 large boxes that were filled with about 220. This well-known name brand sneakers. So lots of
Like
zips.
Voits.
Yeah.
and one.
Lottos.
Tons of Avias.
Lecoq Sportif.
There you go. The thieves reportedly used.
LA gear.
This is where I was like, this. Okay, this is where I'm like, now we're in Dumb People Town. The thieves reportedly used a tricycle to transport the boxes to their padlock cutters, according to DRA. A tricycle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 3:30 in the morning.
It's sort of a dolly.
I guess.
Oh, so did they ride it, or did
Because
they
I'm
put
imagining
it
them
on
riding it like clowns with these big boxes.
Put it on my
like,
head.
Oh, they were doing that shitty thing sometimes people do. Like they stacked it, and then they did where you're trying to keep pressure on the top and the back so you can push it without it falling
And then it's
over.
just- you're
like the
going-
Grinch with all the presents.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Dan.
So
Great reference.
Diario Correo reports that it took the small crew an hour and multiple attempts to break into the store.
But let's not call them a crew.
That's
Right? You know Ham's line? You know Ham's line from the town? This is the not fucking around crew. This is the fucking around crew.
They're barely a crew.
Hey, we got to transport these things. What'd you bring to transport them? A tricycle.
And what did they say? An hour of attempting?
To get into the store.
So now I'm going to get into what you got. This is all a question about what you guys think this store in Central Peru has, because that's really what it gets
Is this
to.
your car wash in Silver Lake?
Yeah. No, it's like what you think. Maybe I should say this from the end. How much in dollar amount? Because we know that it's $220,
we'll close
but in
that.
dollar.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
All right, Fox Business reached out to the National Police of Peru for comment. Like the National Police of Peru.
Yeah.
They were probably like, who? They're like, Fox Business. We're on this story. But why?
Why? Yeah.
Why?
And who?
Because we're looking for the police are reportedly investigating the crime and trying to find both the thieves and the missing sneakers. So
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cops are like, well,
got the
what we're
sneakers.
supposed to do basically is uphold the law and then give consequences for people who break that law. So we're trying to find the sneakers and catch the guys who did
I
it.
mean,
Be
the
like,
most
cool.
bullshit response ever.
Yeah.
We've gathered evidence at the scene. Great. Local chief Edwin
A bunch of
Diaz.
left shoes with missing right shoes.
Right. And a broken window.
And
Yeah,
a
yeah.
statement provided the
Tricycle
Peruvian media outlets. With the
Tricycle
footage
track.
and the fingerprints, we are able to locate these individuals.
You are
we will be
describing
able
those
to.
boring episode of CSI.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a break-in, and we will look at the crime scene,
Trying to
and
get
we'll let
some
you know what
evidence,
happens.
So
and
here's
then-
the bummer. The shoe store is said to be
CSI
new in the
Lima.
Huancayo.
Yes.
It's CSI Huancayo.
CSI Huancayo. Featuring Joe 1028. You know what I'm saying?
Police in the area believe the stolen sneakers are being hidden because the products can't be sold.
Are we
as
going to do the
individual
like CSI Miami like punny line that
Yeah.
comes right before the?
Looks like the shoe's on the other foot now.
That is already perfect.
Yeah, thank you. Social media users appear to be entertained by the sneaker heist gone wrong. Ha ha ha! This can only happen in my country. One Twitter user wrote in Spanish.
Okay.
Surely they wanted to sell it at half price. Let's do like all of these as the final line for
right
CSI
before
Huancayo.
the right
Guess
before the
whoever stole these shoes probably leans left.
So sorry I laughed because the owner is still losing, but one user wrote by a long laugh onomatopoeia. All right, the botch sneaker.
I won't even give it that.
I don't even get that one.
You know what? I do say this. I pray for their souls.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
This thing's we're about to lace this thing up. All right, sorry. The botch sneaker heist isn't the first thing to happen in Peru. In mid-April, a similar sneaker theft was attempted at a shoe store in Ica, a city in southern Peru, but the National Police of Peru stopped the theft and seized the sacks of sneakers that were valued up to. We'll do this value of the other one in Ica, and then we'll do the value in ours. How much?
In U.S. dollars?
Yeah, in U.S. dollars.
in
How
Ica.
much? In
USD.
Ica, the one that was in Ica that they stopped, how much were they attempting to steal in terms of merchandise?
I'll go $500.
What do you think?
Like $5,000.
Yeah, I was gonna maybe say like 4,600.
Okay. Get your answers in because they were valued up to $9,447.
I knew it was a lot.
Yeah.
I knew it was a lot.
Damn.
According to
So
a
these
separate report published by Diario Correo on April 16th. So we will get out of here on that. I mean, just so dumb.
Are these Lubies, dude? Are they stealing some boutons?
I don't know. Maybe.
Some Lubies.
Lubies.
A little
Oh,
Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
Okay.
There we go.
A little Jordan 4s, all black.
They're all Jordan 4s, all black. God damn it.
I'll take
okay.
it.
I love those.
I would
guys.
go. I would rob for that.
I would rob for some Jordan 4s.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
My son got some with his own money. With his own money.
Damn.
Wow.
My daughter won some, and I
Is your
was like, no,
son,
you can't.
is he, what size shoe is he?
He's now like almost where I am. He's like 10 and a half, 11. Why?
I got some great 13s. I'm looking to get. I'm gonna just unload. I don't want to donate. There's some
Jordan
great
4s?
Jordans.
Oh shit!
No, there's some. They're really nice.
All right.
I just am like.
All right. Speaking of really nice, how much? And they said they're
Ika or no?
This is the one in
left-handed
Huancayo.
left shoes.
All the left-handed, left-footed shoes. How?
I'm not. This isn't a joke. They don't value this at literally half of what.
So I think this is the value of the sets, but you obviously can't sell the set.
I know who.
Right. So
I know who
it's
stole them.
damages. It's almost damages.
I know who stole the
What
shoes.
loss
Who
is.
stole the
I know
shoes?
who stole the shoes.
Here we go.
Jeremy Irons.
There you go.
My left foot.
That's right. Okay.
folks.
All right. How much? It's approximation.
Yeah, but if we hit 9G on the last one,
Yep.
did they note that to build it up because this one's lower?
200 and
This one
something
blows that
shoes.
out.
220.
220 shoes. I'll go $6,000.
$6,000. Very good. What do you think, Jay?
I'm gonna say 11,000.
All right.
Yeah, I want to go higher too. I'm gonna go 13.
13,000. One of you is exactly right.
Ooh, now we get to
Now we get to play the game. Who do you think is exactly right?
right?
Do you want to stay where you're at or jump to another?
Wait, what are the three numbers again?
6, 11, 13.
Fuck.
Do you want to? We'll let
I'm
you think.
staying with
You're
6.
staying 6.
Hold on. 6, 11, 13.
13,
If you
what do you
move around the numbers, it becomes 10, 28.
It's my birthday. It's Joey. Joey G. What do you think?
I'm gonna stay with 11. I'm staying with mine.
Stay on 11. You going to stay on 13?
I mean, like 11's my favorite. That's my lucky number, but I feel like I should just stick to unlucky
You
13.
can move if you want.
Oh God.
Staying on 13, staying on 11, staying on 6. Okay.
I want to just say, in our hearts, we want to be right, but it's more of a thrill for our guests to be right. Am I right, Dan?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, as a first timer here, I don't
We'll
give a
get
fuck
out
if you
it.
guys get it.
We'll get out on this story on this, and then we'll let you know what
Dan will
Dan's got
then
going
take us
on, and
home.
he's going to take us home. All right, stolen merchandise is valued to be $13,000. He's won all three of these
Believe
today.
in
You
yourself.
gotta stay with it. Way
Believe
to
in
believe in
yourself.
Because
yourself.
I just wanted someone to, if I moved and God forbid that
I
wasn't
know.
it, then it's
No,
like,
no, you were right.
I
You got to
vacated
ride
the
with
game.
the you that brought you.
Wow. I got to ride with the me that brought me here. And the me that brought me here
Dance
is
with
a
the
bus.
you that you brung to the dance.
dance.
All right, Dan, can you give us just a little tease of what we're going to see in segment 3?
Sometimes you can love all dogs, but wish it lived somewhere else.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
It's a dog story on the other side of the break. It's Dumb People Town. Zach, Zucker, the three of us will be right back with more Dumb People Town.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Guys, I want to talk about our sponsor, Helix. I love them. The lineup, man, they offer
Unbelievable.
20 unique mattresses, including the award-winning Luxe Collection, which you have,
Which
Ren,
I have, my
and
daughter
you
has.
love. The newly released Helix, the Elite Collection, a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers, and even a mattress made just for kids.
Absolutely.
I love these guys.
So you take this sleep quiz.
It's easy.
So I sat down with my daughter who needed a new mattress.
Right.
She was like redoing her bedroom, and I was like, okay, this is the opportunity. We're going to get a Helix mattress.
Done.
We took the sleep quiz for her, and it was fascinating because I'm like, oh, you sleep this? It's interesting to do. I said, you sleep this way because I sleep this way. And she needed it because sometimes she gets hot in the night and she wants this type of a thing.
Takes 2 minutes to take the quiz.
So easy. We ordered the Helix. It came in not like an enormous box, and it comes in this very manageable box. And we got it up on her new bed. And I'm telling you, like, I will go in there when she's not there, and I'll just lay down and sleep on this thing. It is such a wonderful mattress, and she has gotten the best night's sleep of her life, which for her, as an athlete, as a student, as someone who's like staying up late, that sleep is so important. I'm so happy she has that Helix
Essential. They're
mattress.
American made. They come with 10 to 15 year warranties depending on the model. If you don't want to take our word for it, Helix, the #1 mattress picked by GQ.
Take
and
our
Wired
word.
Mag-
I can tell you
Wired
from
Magazine.
personal experience, it's amazing.
So here's the deal. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners.
Amazing.
Go to helixsleep.com/DPT. Use the code HelixPartner20. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Guys, I want to talk about Prize Picks. Jay, it is fantastic. I've had so much fun playing with
Well,
Prize
now, okay, with basketball season,
Totally,
here, you
NBA,
can pick
baby.
combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League.
I love this.
A league created specifically for combo projections that include 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. For example,
LeBron James and Travis Kelce.
for a 10.5 combo of 3-pointers made
And receptions. That's insane.
It's so dope because
To combine, I've never seen that before.
I love it. And if you want to play it alongside some of Prize Picks favorite players, rapper Meek Mill.
Our buddy Andrew Schultz, great comedian.
You can now find community plays under the promos tab of the app. Very easy to use app and a fun app, by the way, too, to view entries from some of the biggest names.
So
in the Prize
Steph
Picks
Curry's
community.
been lighting it up in this first week. I'm going to pick him for more than 29 points. How
And
about
Nicole-
Jokic?
For more than 10 rebounds, that dude lives and feasts around the basket. I think
Dame
that's a
Lillard,
good-
you think he's lighting it up as we talked about in our sports podcast? How about more than 4 3-pointers made? I'll say more than 2 past the logo.
First of all, as we said, the site is really easy to use. The app is really easy to use. It's very, very fun. It makes games that and players that you may not care about or watch.
It's
now
like
you're
the
involved.
next step of fantasy football. So Joe Burrow, more than 2 passing touchdowns. Travis Kelce, more than 75 receiving yards. These all feel very doable, and it's very exciting to watch and then root
I love
for.
it. So go to prizepicks.com/DPT. Use the code DPT for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/DPT. Use the code DPT for a first deposit match up to $100.
We're having so much fun playing Prize Picks. You guys will too. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Before we jump into number 3, Daniel, tell people where they can see
Oh my
you
gosh.
and all this stuff.
So this is it. This is a big week. The Rose Gold Tour is gonna continue for a few more months, but this week, if this is a Tuesday, tonight I am in St. Louis. I'm at the old Rock House, and if you're listening to this, and I always love that when you do a show and you're doing a meet and greet afterwards, and somebody's like, "We heard about it today." I had people who they found a babysitter for the 3 kids, drove an hour and a half to come see a show. They're huge Dumb People Town fans. I love that too. I've been starting out shows. Sometimes, depending on the show, maybe I'll do it when I'm up later. But if I open up the show, I've asked people for dumb stories. I've had some
and you
great
just
ones.
riff off those.
So bring those. Bring a Dumb People Town story. I might get to talk to you. But that'll be St. Louis. And then tomorrow night, I am in Louisville at Planet of the Tapes. And then the 9th, I'm in Indianapolis, White Rabbit.
All
10th,
leading up
Rochelle, Illinois. Tickets might be all sold out. I don't know. And then I'm sure tickets are all sold out for Saturday, shooting my special in Chicago on 11/11.
Lincoln Lodge.
Yes.
Lincoln
and then
Lodge.
I'm in Austin on December 14th. Everything's at Daniel Van Kirk.
Go see him. Everyone we've spoken to who's come see you is so happy that they
It's
did
a
it.
fun
so
hour.
please
It's
do
a
it.
really, really fun
Dude,
treat.
I love it.
That's
I love
amazing.
it.
Congrats,
So proud of you.
Congrats on shooting the special. That's
Thanks,
so cool.
dude.
Hey, on
Rose
11/11 as well. Perfect time to make a wish to have
I
a great
know.
night.
Make a wish that it's going to
His
be a
favorite
beautiful
numbers.
I
special.
hope it's going to be a good time.
It's going to be
All
great.
right, ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Salem couple's dog chew up their winning lottery ticket.
God damn it. God damn it.
I
That's
mean,
on
a
you.
nickel every time.
That's
Right?
on you.
It's hard to be
Don't
mad
put
at
it
the
near
dog.
the dog.
Because the dog doesn't know.
So
The
people
dog
are
just
like,
chewed that was just the thing they chewed that
so
day.
remember the dog chewed my homework? I mean, there's all that
course.
stuff. That's like a thing. Now you can take a picture of your homework and put it on Schoology and send it in, whatever.
Right.
But people are like, dogs don't chew up paper and do that. That's wrong.
Yes, they do.
My dogs, if there's a package in the front of our,
That's a
they
bad-
eat it. They eat it up. They chew up the package like it's
And
a
then
toy for
shit
them.
out the dirt, the
Yeah.
paper.
So
whatever's
this
in
makes sense. You left your lotto ticket where it shouldn't have been. Why aren't you like
In a dog bowl.
yeah. So dumb. Covered in dog food.
Yeah.
You left it in the berm. That's
you-
their place.
and it was the dog that was rescued from the bus.
the dog berm?
Salem, Oregon, where I'll probably coming back to next year.
Hey, now.
Salem, Oregon. A Salem couple sent lottery officials a torn-up ticket after their dogs, multiple. So no, man. Let me get in.
Yeah. Oh, you got that winning lottery ticket food?
They
Get
wanted
your
to
hands
check
away from its face.
if it was a winner just for fun. So they just had like a scratcher or a ticket.
Right.
They don't maybe auto pick their numbers. They don't know what their numbers are, or it's just. I think this is a scratcher.
Right.
And they're like, well, what if it was a winner? We don't even know.
So you
they
send it in to
see if
somebody
it's
who
a-
gets it on their desk. Like, what am I supposed to do with this right
Turned
now?
out it was a winner.
Oh my God.
Nathan and Rachel Lamette.
Lament.
Lamette.
They lamented
They
the
lament
fact
back
that
in 1990.
How do we? This is Salem,
Sydney
Oregon.
Lumet.
How do we know she's not a witch?
Guys,
I'm sniffing a
Salem.
trial.
That's the
Other
other
side.
Salem. Other Salem.
Either way,
Still,
To be honest,
either
I
we
thought
know
it was
she's
the
not a
same
witch.
thing, though. I didn't know there was another one.
All right.
They sent the damaged lottery ticket in with a picture of their 2 dogs, Apple and Jack, aged 11 and 2 years old. They said they left the ticket out, and the dogs decided it was delicious, according to the Oregon Lottery.
They didn't
Just tell us if they
decide
won or not.
anything.
No, they saw paper and
Right. Like I'm eating that.
My
Yeah,
husband
did.
thought it was hilarious, and someone might get a good laugh at the very least. He said, for sure it's a winner. So this is a deal where he's like,
Babe.
The fact that they chewed it up and we didn't scratch it, I
Babe, the
guarantee
dogs
it was a
know.
win.
When you're asleep, they talk to me. What? What?
Because the couple couldn't check the $3 Pharaoh's Gold crossword. Pro tip: crosswords suck.
Yeah,
I hate the crossword scratchers. It takes way too long to find out you
Don't
lost.
give me something else to do.
Just give me
tell
my
me if I won
numbers
my
and then
money.
give me winning numbers. That's what I like.
Thank you, Dan.
That's all
Thank
I
you for
ask.
having the guts to say that.
Yeah.
You know what? Thank you for thanking me.
You're welcome.
Hey.
The guts that you had to
Thank you for having the guts to say thank you.
And thank you for thanking him in front of me to be able to witness this. As
and
a
the guts
newcomer.
you had to witness it.
Thank you for being here and being willing to step
All right,
into
I'm gonna close this
their
out.
gratitude
It's been a
circle.
great episode. I'm going to get out of here. They mailed it into lottery officials who put the ticket back together. Code
made
4,
them.
lottery officials have the easiest jobs in the world.
What am I doing today? I'm putting a ticket that a
Checking
dog
for
ate.
winners.
5 pieces.
Turns out they had one. The Lamettes
much?
couldn't believe they'd actually be getting money back despite their dog's antics. That's too funny, Rachel Lamette said. We are definitely
It's not that funny.
We are definitely getting
LOL.
more chew toys. They go through a lot. We love them, but they are crazy sometimes. Lottery officials now recommend keeping the tickets out of pets' reach.
Oh.
We will close out this episode with this.
How much money did they win?
How much money did they win on the $3 Pharaoh's Gold crossword ticket?
trying to tell from her reactions because it's like she's not like, oh my god,
Yeah,
my
she's
life.
like, it's funny.
Yeah,
So what do you think?
so it's like $40 to $400.
Lock
Pick
it in.
one.
Like-
Lock it in. Lock it in.
$40.
$40.
I think they won $3,000.
$3,000.
great
Because they
guess.
could be rich and be like,
3,000.
We won $3K.
Yeah, I think they won $5.
$5.
I'm changing to $800.
Okay, I say $5.
I love $5.
I'm so low. I don't.
I pray that
it's
they
just
win
them being
$5.
like they went through all that to put
Can I
it
give you
together.
Yeah.
a very, very short, quick, fun little 3-sentence story? A friend of mine recently told me that their parents won $25,000 on a scratcher.
No, what?
When she was in high school. Told her like 2 years ago. This was like 20 years ago.
This is the first time your friend.
Yeah.
The parents just sat on
That's
it
not
for
money
20 years,
for her.
and they said we bought it at the gas station, did it in the car, took ourselves out to breakfast, and then paid off the rest of the mortgage.
God,
And
so
just
awesome.
didn't tell anybody
Great.
for
I love
years.
that. Love it. You don't want people
But do you
getting in that
imagine that,
money.
energy with your partner in the car when
great.
you're like, "Fuck, this is
Yeah,
fucking
it's the best night of your-
$25,000 fucking dollars."
And then also you just like, what should we do? I don't know. I think
Don't
you'd feel,
say a word.
No, let's just go eat
Yeah,
breakfast.
let's
Don't
do
tell
what
our daughter.
Roland should have done in No Country for Old Men.
Don't tell that rotten
Okay.
child we made.
What were the final? What were the answer? Would you say 3K,
3K,
800,
and $5.
They won. And to get out of here on this, they won $8.
What a joke.
Man,
Anyway.
this is so funny.
Yeah, it's so funny.
so
These
funny.
dogs. It's so glad we took the time to put it back together again.
That's
All
the
right,
show, friends.
I love it. We've got 3 big things coming up in like 3 day in a 3-day span. Daniel's taping on 11/11. Us doing our show in New York, Identical Dads on 11/12 at Ars Nova, and Stamptown, which is happening in LA. 3 different cities
On the
Come see it.
13th.
We love you guys. And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Peace.
See ya.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.